Well, it's good morning for me anyway. It's probably good evening for most of you, or whatever time of day it is. Hello, I'm Fugit, and this is PYS number 3 on NA. Well, we're complex for the final stage. We're going out with Joker against Void first on the hour, followed by picking back up with Pincr, who we are meant to be following. So, as I said, it's going to be Joker and Void to begin with, and that's who we're looking at. So let's just have a look at what the matches are. They're going out on Port Bay, right on the hour. I'm not the only streamer, of course. Fishy is there as well. Blitzfish is also streaming. He is going out with Pramo against GG straight off the bat. So that's what we're looking at, guys. Let's have a quick overview of Port Bay. Always an interesting map. Port Bay. Seen some interesting strats on this last night in EU, to be perfectly honest with you. So, Port Bay, we all know it, we all love it. In public matches, the idea is get to that C cap 9 times out of 10 and send your mediums over here. Not quite the same in tournaments. What generally happens in tournaments is tanks will send medium, maybe a medium, maybe a light. If they're not doing a pure C strat, they will send those here around there from this spawn and mirror it on the other side from the other spawn, just to get those early spots, just to see if anything is coming this way. This is a map where you normally find the use of a super heavy like a mouse or an E100, and they generally sit around here or here. Normally not here because you can sort of get smacked from the beat from the lane down there. So they normally like to sit around here. This way they can reset the cap without getting pummeled too much. Also, some clans like to sit, say, an E5 or something along here, probably around by this rock. That way if anything here is popping out on the other side of the map, which is the mirror to where the mouse would sit on this side, then they can reset it. In the alternative, some clans do like to sit the likes of a Cranvagon or an E5 here. That way they can get easy cap reset on that C cap. I see a lot of clans recently pushing their tanks down around this area. Just if they're going into the A strat, going straight in, sometimes not, just holding back and sticking a tank like an E5 or a Cranvagon in this coal pile. Again, you can get nice haul down and you can get nice resets on the B cap. From the other side, well, it all depends. We've seen the C strat, and we're not looking at a straightforward C strat here. So some clans like to take like a medium, like a Leo or something along those lines, and stick it around here, around these rocks. That way they can get some views. Some even stick their Leo on this rock. That way they can reset both B and A if they're lucky. We saw where with the mouse was on the other side, sometimes they like to stick a mouse IS4 E100 around here. That way they can also get the resets. If they're not pushing into the cap, then they like sitting around this back area here, waiting to see if the cap pops before they go in. Not going straight in, generally going around the back. If, however, a clan does do a C strat, well, we all know what that happens there. They'll come up, they'll do the C strat, then sometimes they'll rotate back, take positions on the high ground, for example, like here, or even here. That way they can put some pressure onto that C cap. However, it all depends. Clans have multiple strats for multiple maps, so these are just rough guesstimations. We don't actually know what they're going to be doing. So coming out of there, is it Desert Sands? I think it's Desert Sands or Oasis. That is the decider. Let's have a quick look again. I can't remember now. I think it's Desert Sands. Desert Sands is the decider. The room is up, so I'm just going to go to the room. I was going to go to the room. Let's go to the room. Let's accept it, and let's get ready, and then let's log back out again, because we're going to have a quick look at Desert Sands. Desert Sands. Oh, I can't because I confirm my readiness for battle because I'm a muppet. Let's just say not ready because we got time. We do have time. It's going to be a fast overview of Desert Sands. So Desert Sands, another great map, and another map that is generally played differently in tournaments than you get in public play. In tournaments, well, most of them go to the desert. Now the thing about Desert Sands is, a lot of them are going to spawn here, and as they cross, you'll see them trying to put blind shots straight down the line of the tracks, because they will may catch tanks going across the tracks as well. The idea of Desert Sands, generally for most clans, is to put pressure onto the A-cap from both sides. And what they'll generally do, they'll send a Vickers or something along to this route, and from the alternative spawn to this route to get those early spots. You'll generally see them sending heavies from both spawns down these routes. That puts pressure on the B-cap. It also allows them to go onto this bridge and then put pressure onto the desert area. On occasion, clans do like fighting around the B-cap because they like to try and fast cap it. It's the hardest cap to get on Desert Sands. And some clans do like to get into the C-cap. If they do get into the C-cap and they're doing for a full C-cap strat, you'll generally find them trying to hunker down around here to reset the B-cap, putting tanks on the flanks both sides to make sure that nothing comes through. Again, Desert Sands, like all the other maps, multiple strats on these clans, so we just never know what we're going to get, but it's always intriguing to see. So that's a quick overview of the maps. Let's get back into the room. As you can see here on Port Bay, we have Joker on the north spawn and Void on the south spawn. Joker have already raided up. We have Blacktails in a clan wagon, Kikati in a clan wagon, Canadian, great, in a Vickers. Oh, another Tails in an E5. Weeb Tails in a WZ113, White Tails in an E5, and Raindrop in a clan wagon. Moving over to Void, we have Ozza in a Vickers, AJ Gamer in an IS4, Bagel Boys in an IS4, Devilin in a clan wagon, Lost Sky in a Mouse, Lone in the IS4, and JJ Raids in an IS4. So, interestingly, only one team with the super heavy. That is Mouse on Void. Joker going for mobility. So, a lot of haul down tanks, with the exception of the 113. So, looking at that, I'm expecting, probably incorrectly, something along the C-cap side. But we just never, ever know. Be interesting to see how they're going to play it with that lineup, but I'm expecting something on the C-cap, on the C side, to be fair. And when I say the C side, I don't mean like, the seaside. I mean the C-cap side. We've got just under a minute and a half to go, so we've got plenty of time as I drink coffee from my bright orange Houston Astros mug that I picked up when I was in Houston. Yes, it really is a Houston Astros mug. There it is. Yes, I went to watch them. First ever baseball game I ever watched, to be fair. Yes, it was. When I was working in Houston. And it was quite strange, really. I went to that game, and then all of a sudden I got invited to lots of other games. And ended up we're going to watch Washington when I went to Washington, D.C. like the week later. It was great. Yeah, it was an enjoyable day out, to be honest with you. Although the day I went to the Houston Astros game, it was like, it was an evening game, so I can't believe that you guys, I always thought baseball was like just one game, but you guys sort of played over sort of 3 or 4 days or something. It's like really mad, guys. I only went to watch one, but yeah, it was good. It was good. Some quirky things that you kind of like totally unaware of. Well, if you're British, you're totally unaware of, and then like the 7th inning thing, bizarre. Anyway, enough about me waffling about baseball, or in the case of Houston Astros, lack of. And back to the game. Here we go. We're starting off. As you can see here, Void with that mouse, they've got the additional hit points going into their favour, and it is quite significant this time. It's just under 1500. I mean, that is basically a Vickers. So let's get up high into the back of the, let's try and get up high into the back of the map. There we go. And as suspected, Joker are doing a full-on C strat. Canadian Impact in the Vickers there, legging it over to the CK. So that's a C cap. Ozdar and the Vickers as well on the opposite side. So straight in for Canadian Impact. And good contact onto Ozdar there in the Vickers. Weebix and Whitetails in the 113 and the E5 respectively dropping down into the gully area and trying to get round that flank. You've got the Mouse of Lost Sky and the IS-4s, however, into the middle area of the map for Void. Weebix is basically trying to get around the back here to put a pressure onto Ozzar, and he's going to do that successfully. Ozzar caught out a little bit there. Good move by Joker, and down goes the Vickers. So tank down to the greater good to Joker. Blacktails here putting pressure onto Devlin. Devil in a new dress, in fact. Bagel Boys and AJ Gamer. Oh, Devil in a new dress goes down as well. So Bagel Boys and AJ Gamer now just holding this line. Joker aren't even bothering to cap at this moment in time. They've gone straight through the C cap. JJ Raids has turned up in the IS-4. This is brawly. This is aggressive stuff by Joker. They're really looking to pile the pressure onto Void here. AJ Gamer and the IS-4 losing a shed load of hit points. In fact, so many hit points. He's gone. He's down. He's out. Lost Sky and the Mouse is trying to plug the gap here. We've already seen that Canadian Impact and the Vickers has gone straight through. Bagel Boys is also losing hit points by the dozen. Whiptails is going to be able to rotate around and smack him. No, Canadian Impact does it. So JJ Rage is pushing up, trying to get onto Kikati. Blacktails will be able to drop down and give him a bit of a hard time. No, Kikati goes, but Canadian Impact in that Vickers rolling around the map like a crazy thing. It's 3 against, well, basically an entire team almost. Although JJ Raids goes down, now it's 2 against far too many. They're going to focus Lone first, bless him. Good lad is Lone. And, well, he's just getting surrounded and bullied by everybody in Joker except Blacktails. And poor Lone, he can't do anything about it. He's going to try and get Whitetails as a token kill, but he doesn't. Leaving Lost Sky in the Mouse as the last man standing, ramming poor Raindrop, but going down. So, convincing win there for Joker. Very aggressive strat indeed. And really, really piling on the pressure there onto Void. Poor old Ozal there going down with a donut. But then again, it was a great move by the Joker guys. The 113 of Whiptails. And the E5 of, I think it was Blacktails, wasn't it? So Whitetails and Whiptails dropping down and pushing around that flank and really getting in and up behind them. So we're going to swap those spawn points here on Port Bay. This time Joker on the south spawn and Void on the north spawn. Joker, well, they've read it up, and as you can see, there is absolutely no change to their lineup or meta, with the exception, no, there's no change. Now Blacktails in a clan, Kikati in a clan, Canadian Impact in a Vickers, R-Tails in an E5, Whiptails in a 113, Whitetails in an E5, and Raindrop in a clan. No change from the last game. Moving over to Void, we got Ozzar in an E5, AJ Gamer in an E5, Devil in a new dress in a Crown Wagon, Lost Sky in a Mouse, Lone in a Mouse, JJ Raids in a Vickers. Just waiting on Bagel Boys, who's potentially in an IS-4. And he is in an IS-4. So, 2 super heavies now. Lost Sky and Lone jumping into those Mouses, hoping to that hit point advantage will give them an advantage. But if Joker continue playing aggressive strats like that with that lineup, they probably are going to be playing an aggressive strat again. 2 Mouses. It's just going to take a little bit longer to go through. Let's be honest. We've got 10 seconds now, or give or take, roughly, maybe, sort of. Here we go. Game 2. Joker's already got 1 foot in today's quarter-final, where I believe they'll probably play Pncr, I'm not sure. Looking at the hit points, well, this time Void. They've got just over 1,000, or just under 1,000 actually. No, just over 1,000. No, what am I talking about? It's under 1,000. Oh my God, it's so early in the morning for me. Like 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes. Plus 2 hours sleep. So I'm doing well. I'm awake. Anyway, let's get a file into the back of the map. As you can see, it looks like Joker are doing exactly the same, but in reverse. Canadian Impact leading that charge again. So let's get over to this side of the map and see what Void are going to do. Are they going to be able to try and contain them this time? I mean, Void, we're going to be looking at this and thinking, well, Joker have got the same strat, the same lineup, so they may be doing the same strat. And you can see that Void not sending anything to the C cap, which is not a bad idea. They're going to try and take the A cap and then defend the B area. That's what they look like they're going to be doing. We've got Bagel Boys, Devil in a New Dress just over here. We pointed it out from the other side. Lone is down there with the mouse. Lost Sky, AJ Gamer, and JJ Raids are just in the back. And here we have Ozard just floating around. At the moment, well, Void, they have the advantage, funnily enough, because they got the cap points. This is now going to put pressure a little bit onto Joker, and Joker have now got, oh, that's a great shot going into Devil in a New Dress. So we have to watch this, because I've been noticing that there's been here we go. Here comes the push from Joker, led by Whitetails, pushing on to Devil in a New Dress. He's isolated a little bit here. He does have support behind him, and he is slightly all down. Joker looking to try and get some form of penetration there. Here comes the Vickers rolling back around. JJ Raids. The Mouses are pretty much out of action at the moment. They can't do much, but you've got Canadian Impact, Raindrop, and the other Crown Wagon of Joker just hanging. Whiptails is trying to get up and round. It's not a bad move. Lone is well, he's there, but his gun is facing the opposite direction. Whitetails has joined Whiptails. Devil in a New Dress has lost a few hit points, but so has Blacktails and so has Raindrop. So Joker have got to be careful. It's not going to go not going all their way at this moment in time. You can see Canadian Impact is trying to look to get around them. Comes across JJ Raids over there at the back and gives JJ Raids a bit of a bloody nose. Whitetails again getting bled just a little bit. Trying to turn those turrets of the Mouses, which they've done. Lone is potentially pulling out of his position. I would say that the 113 and the 2E5s here, Joker, are a feint at this moment in time, trying to entice those Mouses away from that position and trying to entice the Void team away from the B cap. Weeptails looking to try and get round and put shots in. That's a great shot across the map from Canadian Impact. Now you can see Blacktails and Raindrop are now moving forward in their Crown Wagon. Really focusing poor old Bagel Boys. He's losing hit points rapidly. Trying to get to cover behind the bush. Slightly all down, but Lone is really being pummeled here. Poor Lone is now a one-shot. He was a one-shot. He's a no-shot. That puts Joker into the advantage, but they are bleeding. Blacktails, Kakati, Whiptails, all bleeding out here. Whiptails now being pushed by Lost Sky. But Ozar's also going down rapidly. He's now a one-shot. So is Whiptails. Whiptails is lasting here in the WZ113. Here comes the Crown Wagon of Raindrop. Down goes Ozar. Down also goes the Vickers of JJ Raids, sorry. So he's gone down. Down, however, goes Blacktails, but Canadian Impact taking out Devil in a New Dress. Let's get back up here because we got Bagel Boy being harassed by the E5. Bagel Boy was being harassed by the B5, but the E5 wins. Now it's 2 against too many again. Whitetail should finish off AJ Gamer here. Avoid, yes he does, leaving just the moose. Oops, man, there's a moose loose about Port Bay. So Lost Sky, valiant last stand, but it's not going to help him. He's going to lose on base points anyway. Nice stuff from Joker, looking positive this, quite aggressive. And it's all over. They take down Lost Sky, but they win on points anyway. It's good to wake up early, says the Ginny Gin. Potentially, yes. So much better from Void there. They anticipated what Joker were going to do with their lineup, put themselves in good position, but Joker again showing that their focus fire and their positioning is very nice, and they're able to just get around and pick out these tanks, looking very, very tasty indeed. So Joker will go into today's quarterfinal at the expense of Void. GG's by both, but congratulations to Joker, commiserations to Void. We're not going out now for another probably almost 30 minutes, I think. Let's have a look at the chart into the final stage, and we are now jumping in with Pncr, who will be playing Joker. So we get to see Joker again, this time on Normandy, followed by Mayan Ruins if they get there. Pncr played incredibly nicely yesterday, to be frank, although I'm not Frank, obviously, I'm somebody else. We're going out, is it Normandy? Oh, see, at 5 AM in the morning, my brain is just fried, and I've only had like 2 hours sleep after doing the EU server, so my brain is just not there, man. It's completely fried. It is Normandy and Mayan Ruins. See, how can I forget that? I just looked at it. What a absolute nab. Let's have a quick overview of Normandy. I do like Normandy, nice big map. I've been seeing some beautiful strats being played across all the servers. So let's get up high and have an overview. What I've been seeing recently, especially on the EU server, is that clans are taking like a good fast medium like a Leo or even a T22 and sticking them here where you would normally find a TD in pub games. And on the other side, just over there at the back. You can't see it because I've dropped down too much. Just there. That way they get to react either straight to the A cap, B cap, or even around the rotation of the map. Clans are also then sending like another tank, like a Crown Wagon or even an E5 towards this area, potentially putting pressure on the A cap to see if anything's there. They've got the support then by the tank behind them. I have seen a Vickers rolling around, jumping over here, but the majority of the action is over this side, even from both caps, to be honest with you. Looking at clans getting their E5s or IS4s into this position here, fast capping. Now I've seen clans take their tanks far wide, try to flank round and put pressure on the cap. And in the alternative, I've also seen clans taking sort of their hull down tanks, E5s, Crown Wagons over this ridge and to put pressure on around this area. Thing is, it's the same from both sides, to be fair. It's not a purely asymmetrical map, but the strat works from both sides again. Sticking your one tank down there, putting a tank to pressure on the A cap or even the B cap, sending your heavies up towards the C cap or the D cap, pushing around either this way or pushing over here. Now the reason they get to this ridge is because then they can then either rotate through there and put pressure on through the cap, or they can go that way. So it gives them advantage. If they send everything here, then they're pretty much stuck in a one direction, and then they've got to come around and push over. So that's what we're looking at. And what I've seen recently on almost all the servers is that the brawl area is always around here. However, though, as I say, in every single game, you never know. They have umpteen different strats. So a quick look at Mayan Ruins, might as well. We've got plenty of time. Mayan Ruins, always an interesting map of Yay. In fact, the only map that isn't interesting, to be perfectly honest with you, is Camp Stiller, or Castilla as it's really officially known, but I call it Camp Stiller because it's generally like 4 minutes of boring strategic positioning followed by 2 minutes of absolute mayhem. Let's get up high here on Mayan Ruins. Now what normally happens from both sides of the map again, if you've got a light or a medium, although I have seen AMX50Bs do this, clans will send those tanks just to get round here, not necessarily to cap the C cap, but to get the spots first, and if there's nothing there, then to cap. From both sides, I normally see the clans coming around this way, sticking an IS4 preferably, but I have seen E5s do it as well, dropping into this B cap, which is the hardest cap to get on this map, trying to cap it either by trying to get down here, stay a little bit safe, only you're going to be smacked by HE shells. Once they've capped it, push forward into this area. Alternatively, they do the same from the other side, get into this cap, then push forward to this area. They normally then stick super heavies, like Mouse's E100s around here. Stick one around here, that helps leave any pressure on the IS-4 E5 that's in the B cap. Plus you've got, you can able to sort of move and dictate anything that comes down that lane. Again, it's almost asymmetrical, it's not. Again, super heavies, Mouse's E100s here, looking that way, and all keeping their heads down this way. You then get clans, some clans taking some super heavy, some heavies like E5s, even AMX-50Bs, fast capping here, and then either rotating out or pushing through and round this area to put the pressure on. On occasion, you do see clans taking hull down tanks around to this area. I mean, this is the main brawl area that we're looking at now in public matches, between here and here in public matches. In tournaments, well, it's mainly around this area, but on occasion you do get clans come in here. That way they can put a bit of pressure on if anything comes past that route or tries to come down. But again, and I know, broken record, you never ever ever know what strats they're going to take. Those are the quick overviews. As I said, we will be following Joker and Pncr next. So I need to find a replay. Replays. Sleep deprivation. I tell you, it's not bad, man. So where we got? Let's have a look at this. This is Spartan Leopard of SRT rolling out in his WZ. Here on Dinosaur's Pearl, and you don't need to see my ugly mug while this is playing. Crikey, ice cream chilling. Are you up early or up late? One of the two. Me, personally, I'm up early. For you, I mean, it's 5:20 AM for me, which means what time is it for you? I mean, it should be 3:20 if you're in Europe, or 2:20 if you're in the UK, but I think you're just in Europe, so it's 3:20, man. Oof! Go to bed. I noticed there's some talk there about the top 4 and the top 8s and stuff. As it stands at the moment on NA, Pramo are riding high, at the top of the table on 18,000 cups. Then GG, then Joker, then Apex, then Pncr, then Rain, then EC, and then Void. So Void are in top 8 at the moment. Now the idea of the PYS is not to obviously burn yourselves out, it's to get into the top 8. So I mean Void could potentially drop out of the top 8 because Purple, OG, etc. are playing today. And for example, have got 14,687 cups compared to Void's 14,983. But we'll look at the chart after this replay because I mean, Void are going to get cups anyway from going out today. It all depends, guys. I mean, never say never, man. Hello, Tommy. Yeah, Ice Cream Chilling has been a bit busy. He's focusing on tours at the moment, so he tells me. Which is not a bad thing. I mean, what can you say? Not a bad thing focusing on the tours. Especially if you're a player of Ice Cream Chilling's caliber. To be fair, he was rolling with R2K on EU, but unfortunately R2K had a bit of a disappointing season for Spring. So if only a first class, you've got to do a lot more in a waffle tractor nowadays to get more than a first class. So let's have a look at the results. We should have all the results in now, unless there were a lot of deciders, then we won't have the results in. So final stage today, quarterfinals. So MM are through, EC are through. Pramo, Rain and Pncr. Pncr already had a bye, so they're happy with that. GG, did they... Oh, GG losing to Pramo. 2-0. That'd be annoying for GG. Looks like Purple have gone down as well. So Rain will go out against EC. MM, well, they're going to go out against Pramo. So that's an interesting game. So this is where it becomes important, because I'd love to show you, but I can't because I haven't fixed it yet. So I'd love to be able to show you the cups, but nobody gets any cups. They still haven't fixed it. And normally it's 500 cups for today, and then like it's 2,000 cups all told. I think 2,500 maybe, roughly, give or take. So you just you know it's not over for Void yet. We're only halfway through the season, so give it time, guys. The main thing is getting into those final groups. Like I said, look, Ice Cream Chilling. He's not streaming, he's focused on Tram Wars. Told you that. And now you heard it from the man himself. Doo-doo. What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say now. I was going to say soon. Profound and intense and wise. But I've forgotten. So it couldn't have been that profound, intense and wise, could it? Let's be fair. I've remembered. So we're only halfway through. I mean, there's still... It is a condensed season. We normally have 8 PYSs. We've only got 6. But it's not a big deal. Just means it's a bit harder for some of the clans, but not that difficult, to be fair. It just means that if you can afford to miss one round of getting into the final day in real terms, and you still keep your top 8 chances alive. And as I said, I mean, PYS is always about getting into the top 8. It's not about coming first, second, third, fourth, or whatever. It's about getting into the top 8, getting into the Pro Tour, whereas the top 16 go to the Challengers. So you generally don't get the clans burning themselves out. They try hard, of course they do, but it's all about cups, collecting the cups and making sure they get into that top 8. So it's certainly not over at this moment for Void, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Plenty of space to go. Start ramping up now, because you generally get, as the tour progresses, then what generally happens is the top clans get more into their groove, so to speak. So some of the top clans generally start slow. That's generally what happens. They start slow and build up, and they get, more and more into their comfort zone as the tour progresses. Like I said, it's not over for Void yet. Oof, goodbye, IS7. I must admit, Not a big fan of the WZ Many Ones 5A. I'm certainly not as big a fan as Droodles is. Seems to simp for this tank. It's okay, but I just find it a bit of a meh heavy. To be honest with you. If you told me what would I prefer, this or the IS-7, I'd take the IS-7 any day of the week and twice on Sundays. I just find this one a little bit disappointing, let's say. Just a little bit. Hello. There's another WZ with many ones behind it. You know, you'd think that when they were naming their tanks, the Chinese, they would have had a little bit more imagination. I'm just playing. Oh, what should we call this one? Oh, let's call it 111111. Something boring, isn't it? However, this poor WZ tank destroyer is going to get bullied. Bully. And down he goes, it's all over. That's a low mastery, 3.2 damage from WZ. That's a low mastery.
Very nice.
So, we should be getting an invite. There we go. Let's accept it. Let's ready up. And let's jump out again. That is a low ace mastery there. Ain't gonna lie. Absolutely, Ginny Jin. Gotta keep my options open. Because you just do. You just don't know what meta they're gonna pick and what strats they're gonna employ. I mean, these guys have a tendency to take everybody by surprise. It's like I said the other day on, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. We were on Yukon. I said, oh, nobody ever goes to the waterfall on Yukon in the tournaments. And guess what? They all went to the bloody waterfall. So they have the ability to completely take you by surprise. Like I said there, it's very rare that you see anybody. Well, no, that was fair. Nobody on Port Bay there from either team went over the other side, which is what you generally do with your meds and lights in a public game. Get over the other side, put that pressure onto the sea cap from the other side of the map, get those cross shots in. You don't generally see that in the tournaments, to be fair. So, I mean, that one went according to plan. Anyway, let's jump in. Still waiting for Pncr to roll up. We will have Joker on the north spawn, Pncr on the south spawn. Joker, I've readied up. We have Blacktails in the Clan Wagon, Kikati in the IS-4, Canadian Impact in the Vickers Light, Weebtails in a Clan Wagon, Whitetails in a Clan Wagon, Yarrow in an E5, and Raindrop in a Moose. Moving over to Pncr. Oh, that top name gets me every single time. Oh, look at it. Cox for blocks. Every time I see that name, it makes me giggle. So, they haven't picked their team yet, but they've got over 2 minutes, so no rushes there. Well, at the moment, they've got Cox for blocks and a T22 Spitball in an E5. Tanks go Choo Choo, another fantastic name, in the Vickers. Alpha in the E5, Luffy in the E5, Taish in the E5, and Iron Army in a Clan Wagon. Although Tanks Go Choo Choo may not be in the Vickers. He may change. We don't know. Joker now employing the super heavy of the mouse, but they've also got a nice Vickers Light there of Canadian Impact, just like his Vickers like Canadian Impact. I expect to see him rolling around the map like a crazy thing, trying to get his paws into everything. Still waiting on. Oh, Tanks Go Choo Choo is in a Vickers Light. Well, Sponge has turned up as well. Hello, Sponge. In Exodus is there. They're both on the bench at the moment. Exodus is definitely on the bench. Just under a minute left. Oh, poor old Sponge has been left hanging. Anyway, as I say, Tanks Go Choo Choo is in a Vickers Light. If you keep seeing me looking like over in that direction, it's because I'm going to work out if it's raining here in the middle of the desert. I think it is. I think it's absolutely chucking it down with rain outside, which is a novelty, to be fair. And 11 seconds to go on this windy, wet morning here in Dubai. Let's get into this. Some people say, oh, look at that, they've all got their little spring season avatars. Lovely. Oh, Sponge has come in. Hello, Sponge. Yes, please, ice cream chilling. Send it across. I need replays, man. I'm running out. Let's get a pie into the back. So, Pncr here. Well, if we go to the middle around here, look. So, nobody's going to those TD spots. What we've got at the moment is Tanks Go Choo Choo trying to get those early spots in the middle. And as we pointed out with the flyover, he's got Pitbull just behind him, and the rest of the heavies, with the exception of Iron Army, going to the C cap. If we move round the map, wow, look at that. Yaro's gone down to the position I said, and Raindrop, oh, that's interesting, he's dropped down into the mouse. With the rest of the tanks, I mean, I expected Canadian Impact to be where Raindrop is, so this is an interesting move by Joker. No pressure being put onto the D cap here. It looks like they're going to go for an A and B strat, with Kakati and the IS-4 just holding the fort. You can see that Pncr have stacked their tanks up around that C cap, and now they're going to push through on the D. They've got the Crown Dragon of Sponge in Iron Army, along with Alpha CK in the E5, just holding that ridge. Moving round, Yaro has been watching the War Gaming advice on how to play this map, and he's dropped down onto the beach. Heaven forbid. All Whitetails getting a bit of a smack from Tanks Go Choo Choo, who's now put himself where we sort of showed you they put themselves. Canadian Impact skirting around the A cap. They're going to look to push onto Spitball here. Raindrop, Whitetails. Tanks Go Choo Choo is hightailing it out of there. Spitball managing to get some good shots into Whitetails, but that's a lot of HP lost very quickly, despite the fact he drops his reactive armor. And Yaro coming up from the beach, taking him out. But look at the cap points. The caps, lots of caps are going in favour of Pncr here. Pncr are losing hit points rapidly, however. And Tanks Go Choo Choo is being harried a little bit. Canadian Impact is trying to chase him down. Tanks Go Choo Choo is now effectively a one-shot. Pncr now pretty much contained into this area by Joker. And now Joker with Weavetails and Blacktails trying to push down. Whitetails is pushing in as well. So is Raindrop. Raindrop has lost almost half his hit points, however. But Tank goes... Oh, poor Sponge is getting pummeled. Down he goes. Whitetails is a one-shot, and that is a big bounce. And that was a big package loss of 10%. Down goes Whitetails. But at the moment, Tanks Go Choo Choo is still surviving. Canadian Impact is looking to find him though and try and take him down. Not going to see it, it's at the top of the map over there, and Canadian Impact does take him down. Kikati and Raindrop here, the two heavies, while they're being harassed by Luffy and Taish. Kikati gets a good shot in, but Taish gets a good shot back. Kikati is just pushing down on them. Iron Army goes down, it's 2 against far too many again. However, they managed to take down Kikati, but look at this. Blacktails, Yaro, Canadian Impact. Canadian Impact, oh, he tries for the flying ram. Misses. Yarrow gets the less than impressive flying ram. Down goes Luffy and down goes Taish. So Joker looking to put the pain on. And boy, did they put the pain on. Good stuff there by Joker. It looked like Pncr did have control of that game. Joker, wowzers, they're on fire at the moment. Absolutely on fire. So back onto Normandy, swapping those spawn points. This time we will have Pncr on the north spawn and Joker on the south spawn. Just give me 2 seconds while I check something out. Oh! Back again, just had to check something out because with the rain, it's makes things difficult in some respects. Anyway, so Joker rated up first. We have Blacktails in a Crown Wagon, Kakati in an IS-4, Canadian Impact in a T-22 this time. Oh, R-Tails in an E100, Weebtails in a Crown Wagon, Whitetails in an E5, and Yarrow in a Crown Wagon. Moving over to Pncr, we have Sponge in the Crown Wagon, Spitball in the E5, Tanks Go Choo Choo in a Crown Wagon, Alpha in an E5, Luffy in an E5, Taish in an E5, and Ayanami in a Vickers. So again, Joker at the moment have 1 foot into today's semi-final. Pncr, well, they have the ability to change it around, to swap it around a little bit and put some pressure onto Joker. Probably take it to a decider. But Joker at the moment have been up for it. They've been aggressive. Yeah, I played it yesterday, Ginny Gin. To be honest, the E100. And I think you sent me the wrong one. Because it was only a 3rd class. What can I say? Here's what it is. So, Joker, well, they're topping the hit points. Mainly because they've got an E100. It's always going to help if you have an E100. Let's get a fly into the back. Let's see what Pncr are going to do this time. So at the moment, we got Ayanami heading for the middle area. The E5s, almost all of them, heading for the decap with Luffy just tailing off a little bit, and the Crown Wagons just behind them. Moving around, well, again, we have Blacktails and Whitetails, E5 and Crown Wagon pushing towards this middle area. However, this time, unlike the last time, Yarrow's gone up high. The Weebtails is now coming in to join the 2 tails, so it's going to be lots of tails in the middle area, trying to put pressure on Ayanami. Canadian Impact drops in. R-Tails in the E100 just holding back. Kakati's joining Canadian Impact, getting that cap. But Pncr will get the advantage on the caps. Pncr now are just consolidating, trying to hold this line. Trying to work out what Joker are going to do. And this is what I was trying to explain to you when we did the flyover. They like to get into this position because they can react left and right while staying nicely hauled down. And they can put pressure onto the B-cap. And in the alternative, cover their flank at the same time. So this is why they like doing this. You can see Spitball in the E5 there, going out wide again. Clans like doing that, the top players like doing that because they can remain unspotted. However, Yarrow is there for that reason. Taish is just rotating back through the spawn. A-cap has now been taken, so Joker will now start to accumulate more cap points. But Whitetails and Blacktails, they're going to be able to put some pressure onto Sponge here. He is nicely hauled down in the Crown Wagon, and he does have Ayanami behind him, and Taish is now coming in to help out. But Blacktails bouncing Taish there, but Sponge bouncing both Blacktails and Whitetails. Now Luffy is spurred into action, so our Tanks Go Choo Choo. But if you have a look, Canadian Impact and Yarrow now going to push. So it's going to be a brawl in the middle. We've got 3 here against 2. But Luffy and Tanks Go Choo Choo looking to get behind here, to sort of pincer move them. Whitetails, Kakati and Blacktail kind of realise that and they push through onto Taish. But Blacktails, bless him, he's been left behind. And Tanks Go Choo Choo is going to put pressure on him, and so is Taish. And down he goes, but they've already lost Sponge and Spitball. We're going to stay with this brawl at the moment. And if you have a look there, actually we're not going to stay with that brawl. Look at this. Look at how Joker are just lining their tanks up on a 3-line whip, basically. They're going to be able to push down onto both Tanks Go Choo Choo and Alpha. Our Tails in the E100 giving Luffy a hard time. Iron Army doing his best to cap. Taishi and Kakati are having a great little tussle down here. As you can see, at the moment Kakati is winning this tussle. I'm going to stay with this one for the moment, although Alpha's hit points are being whittled down. Oh, that's a good shot by Taish. However, Kakati, is he going to be able to put a nice roll in? No, he's not. So, leaving that. Tanks Go Choo Choo has now been whittled down to next to nothing. And Whitetails and Weebtails can sense that they can take him down. One shot goes in. Can Whitetails finish him off? Yes, he can. Luffy, well, he's next to nothing after tussling with that E100 of our Tails. So, Iron Army. In the end, Taish did go down to Kakati. I think it was Kakati. So Luffy here, this is going to go to Joker. Luffy goes down, leaving Iron Army as the last man standing, bless him in the Vickers. Can't do much about it. Points are against them, hit points are against them, and now lack of tanks is against them. That's how that works. So great stuff here by Joker. They continue their onwards and upwards charge. This time at the expense of Pncr. So, when clans of this caliber are in this frame of mind, it's pretty difficult to stop them no matter who you are. So, GG both, but congratulations Joker, commiserations to Pncr. Which means, whilst we're meant to be following Pncr, we're now going to be following Joker. And let's see if we got any other results, any more scores on the doors. Well, Joker already through to the semi. Who have they got though? That's the big question. They've got Purple going out on Faust in about 20 minutes. So I don't know if I've got Faust loaded up. Very disappointing. Have I got Faust? I bet I haven't. Nope. Oh, Donner and Blitzen. So let's create it. Oi, 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 it's such a pain. Faust. Da 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 da. Let's ready up and let's battle. Let's start off and then drop out, as you generally do. Da, 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 da. So, Faust, big map, annoying for streamers because of all the flyover areas. Great map for tournaments, if the truth be known. So, let's get up high. So, Faust, well, public matches, depending on what team you get, either everybody goes to that cap, or they go to the D cap, and then they just sit there and camp. If you've got a decent team, then they'll send their mediums up here, along with their lights. Now, what generally happens in tournaments? Well, in tournaments from this position, you will get clans taking their mediums and lights over to this part of the map, just to get the spots, not to cap. They will look around here to try and get those spots, see what's going on. They will also send somebody into fast cap C, and depending on what mood they're in and what strat they're taking, they'll send a heavy like an IS-4 here into this bush, and you can see there's another bush just over there, which is the mirror bush from the other cap. Now, I do see then teams liking to try and cap the B cap. The reason being because it's a difficult cap to get, and if you can get it, you can put pressure on. If they're in an aggressive mood, well, they'll push right through, staying around this side, and then continue their push and try and get up onto these ramps with their haul down tanks, putting pressure on the other team. This generally causes a bit of a brawl around this area, 9 times out of 10. So where we normally get the brawls in this map, well, it's around here. Basically, normally the brawls around this side. From the other spawn, well, you can pretty much do a reverse. If you're aggressive, go through the D cap, carrying on through, pushing around to the C cap, put pressure on. Showed you the bush. Well, there's the bush again. Hello, bush. And again, trying to put pressure on by fast capping the D cap. Sorry, the B cap. Some clans do send heavies up here as well, but get cross shots across, and then they can, and I have seen this, send their heavies down here to bring them round and to put pressure on the B cap, and also to try and get around the flank like that. Again, we do see tanks and clans taking both their mediums and lights up here, but again, it's a big map. You just never ever know what's going to go down. I've forgotten what the other map was. Completely forgotten. Rockfield. Oh yes, so it was. So Rockfield next. We can disregard that now. You're being dumped, room. Goodbye. Thank you. So this is Rockfield. We'll do a quick flyover because we have all the time in the world, as a famous singer once wrote, or once said on a James Bond movie. Anyway, let's get a pie to the back. So what generally happens here? Well, if it is a public match, everybody goes to the C cap, or if you've got completed utter noobs in your team, everybody goes to the A cap, and it just polarizes. Tournament, slightly different. You do get some clans taking the C strat, but most clans will take a medium or a light, and they'll come to, say, this position here, and it's mirrored the other side, just to get those spots. The reason being, well, you can see if anything is going to C, and if you've got a good Vickers, you can get some spots going the other side. If they're not doing a plain old C strat, they'll generally put an IS-4 on this rock here. That way they can put pressure on the B cap, and again, it's a mirror with the other side, with that big rocky thing there. Generally what happens, a lot of clans like to take IS-4s, E5s and Crown Wagons up here, using all the bumps and undulations, getting into that A cap, coming off here, and again on the other side, it's pretty much a mirror. And this way, if they get the A cap, the only thing is, if the other side go to the C cap, they're only going to get HE rolls to reset it. But from the A cap, if the other side has gone all C, then this is a dominant position because you can take the B cap and then bunker down and basically stop anything from moving. Generally, we will see a brawl area between B and A. It's very rare to see a brawl around the C cap. It can happen, it does happen, but in public matches you generally get a brawl there. You generally don't get a brawl there on tournaments. You generally get a brawl around the B cap or down the flanks, anywhere around the area that you're now looking at. So again, never know what strats are going to take. Could be multiple strats. That's a general overview. Now, somebody said they were going to send me a replay. Thank you, Ice Cream Chilling. Let's have a look at Ice Cream Chilling rolling out here in his E5. And I'm going to take my ugly mug off. You don't need to see me. Boom. Slowly running out of coffee, so I might let the replay do the talking while I go and grab another coffee, if you don't mind. Well, it doesn't matter if you don't mind, because I'm like probably about 8,000 to 10,000 miles away from all of you, so what are you going to do about it? I'm going to get coffee. Back in a moment. I'm back. Did you miss me? Don't answer that. Seriously, don't answer that. It will break my heart. And I know you will. Heartbreakers, all of you. Ooh. Good morning. It's now 10 to 6 here. Birds are singing. It's sunny outside now. I can see clearly now. The rains have gone. Oh my god, I'm losing the plot, guys. I'm absolutely losing the plot. And no amount of caffeine at the moment is restoring it.
That one didn't go through.
Ice cream chilling being a bully, man. Oof, poor Leo. Didn't see that coming, did you? 3 on 3, and the Leo's about to go. Maybe not. Come around the corner just in time. Oof. Poor Leo. Oh, poor Leo. Not to do. God, how did he bounce that? How did you bounce that? 4.9k, 5.3k. Oof, oof. I can't believe a member of your team is capping the base. Oh, that's just obscene. Obscene. And what was it that was capping? It looked like it was a heavy. It was the heavy who didn't kill anything. This guy here, capping the base in the WZ 1111111-4. Ah, stranger things have happened, I guess. We should be going out in approximately 10 minutes, I think. Just going to reconfirm that. So the semi-finals, we have Joker, Purple, and Rain. Have Rain got? They should have an opponent. They do. MM. So that's going to help MM's cause. They're going to be looking at dropping into the top 8 here. So interesting lineups. And I think we are going out on the hour. Yeah, 4 minutes past. So we've got another 10 minutes. And, oh man, I'm running out of replays. Seriously running out of replays. Absolutely running out of replays. Totally running out of replays. Do I have any more replays? Has anybody sent me any replays on Discord? No. No, they have not. No, they have not. So, what we can do, as we just saw Sponge sent me a replay of an ST, so we'll play that, might as well. I showed it on the EU server, but you can watch it here now. Sometimes it's better to let the replays do the talking rather than me do the talking. Ooh, clearly not many people are interested in watching the next game, Purple against Joker. Everybody's gone to Fishy's stream, which isn't a bad thing. Fishy is an NA player, to be fair, and the next tournament player, to be fair. So it's nice to see that the NA people are supporting their local streamer, which is good, rather than watching this strange guy from across the pond who speaks in a very strange accent. It's not a strange accent at all, it's called English. So there we go. Nice bounce. What is that in Crown Wagon? Canadian Impact. Have to give him a hard time. Canadian Impact here is going to get rushed. Give him a hard time for bouncing the ST here. Mainly because he's a fantastic player. Poor Grill. Not able to do anything realistically, and he's deaded. Well done, Sponge. So we're seeing Sponge giving Canadian Impact a bit of a turning over there, yet we saw Canadian Impact giving Sponge a turning over. Strange how that works. I don't know why the FE didn't fire Hesh there into this ST, but there we go, he didn't, and he wouldn't have changed anything anyway. Great mastery. 5,000 and some decent spotting damage. So there you go. Now we should have the room, potentially, hopefully. Yes, we do. There it is. Ba-ba! This is Purple against Joker here on Faust. We will have Joker on the North Spawn, Purple on the South Spawn. Just, long time to go yet, so we're just going to be waiting for like 4 minutes. A long time. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, just under 4 minutes now. The timing's going down quicker. Both teams have readied up. Now we have Assassin. He's woken up. Bless him. So Assassin here in an E5, Blacktails in a Crown Wagon, Kakati in an IS4, Canadian Impact in the IS4, R-Tails in the Crown Wagon, Whitetails in the IS4, and Yarrow in an E5. Moving over to Purple, we have Ryan in a TVP. I can't remember all the names. This is Darktronics. Of course it's Darktronics. Darktronics in the Crown Wagon. The KYS Warrior, there he is, KYS Warrior in an E5. Uncle Sink, I believe this is. Uncle Chicks, I believe it's Chicks, or Cheeks. You have to tell me, guys, I'm no good at pronunciations of any names. Uncle Chicks, maybe. Uncle Chicks in an IS4, Unique in an E5, Ray in a Crown Wagon, and Expired in a Crown Wagon. Sitting on the bench is Group. And sitting on the bench on this side is Raindrop and Weebtails. So, lovely. Looking at the meta selection there, well, I'm expecting that TVP of Rain to, is it Rain or Rhine? I don't know, you have to, again, I apologise in advance, guys. I'm expecting that to head out somewhere towards that A cap. If you have a look at Joker, well, there is a lack of mobility in the form of either a light or a medium. Everything is heavy. So I think they're looking to dominate the middle area. But then again, Purple have got the same kind of lineup. They've only got that one TVP medium, which has got the capability of rolling around the map. And it also has, what a heck of a gun, when you reload, when you load it up. Oh, look at that! Forgot that. Hello, I'm back. Hello. So it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, the way Joker have been playing, you expect them to continue this sort of aggressive momentum, controlling the map and taking the battle to the other side, forcing the other side to push and make the mistakes. That's been their modus operandi for most of today, so are they going to change that? Doubtful. Faust allows for aggressive strats as well as passive aggressive strats and defensive strats, and 9 times out of 10 fortune favours the brave. We've seen that in a lot of games. It's all about risk versus reward. So just over 30 seconds to go before we kick off and roll out. Da 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 da. Well, we saw the flyover, so it'll be interesting to see how they play this one. We're going to find out in seconds. Phew. Looking at the hit points, wow, Joker are just topping it, maybe because they've got no mediums and lights, just pure on heavy. They are looking by... I think they are looking to dominate the middle area. Let's get up high and see. Yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. So when I said they're going to hightail it through the middle area with an aggressive strat, when we did the flyover, that's exactly the strat that Joker are going to do. Purple looking for a similar type of strat, although Ryan is moving over towards the A-cap like I also predicted. Unique, well, Uncle Chinks has gone down, is going towards... He's not going into the bush, he's going away from the bush. But it's Joker we want to stay with. They are going to do a mad full-on push. Try and get to those ramps. Try and put the pressure on. And you can see Kakati here with Assassin just behind and R-Tails, White-Tails, Canadian Impact pushing aggressively. And they are pushing aggressively here. Oh, giving Darktronics a bit of a hard time, and KYS Warrior. Whitetail is able to put some great shots into the back of KYS Warrior. KYS Warrior is going to go down here, courtesy of Blacktails, and he does. Now, they're going to take the cap advantage. They haven't got the cap advantage, Jokers, but they have got the base point advantage. Now, I've seen Expired trying to roll around, but Blacktails was there to catch him off guard. Blacktails, however, trying to stay behind him, give him a hard time. And that's what he's doing. Now this is forced Unique and Uncle Chicks to come round and try and put some pressure onto Canadian Impact, which they're doing. Yaro is a one-shot. Canadian Impact is also a one-shot. Canadian Impact could go down here. Yaro is just getting out there. Assassin is very, very healthy. As you can see, all the caps have gone to Purple. And Purple now have the advantage. Let's go through because Whitetails... Expired and Blacktails have given Expired a hard time. And Rain has gone down, Darktronics down, Expired down. So it's 3 against 5. Now they're going to be looking at trying to push down on Unique and Uncle Chinks, but TVP is coming around trying to finish off those one-shots, which is basically Yaro. Blacktails gets a bit of a smack by Unique as he goes through. But Uncle... Well, he's being bullied by Kakati and Assassin here. R-Tails has gone down, courtesy of the CVP, but Uncle has gone down. Now it's 2 against too many. Hit points are favouring Joker. But Yaro goes down, but it's still 2 against too many. Whitetails is rolling around, capping. Joker are losing out on the cap points. But they do have distinct advantages in both HP and tanks on the battlefield. Assassin, Kikati is turning around to go and help Assassin with the E5. Rain's fully loaded, so Blacktails has got to be careful, and so is Whitetails. Whitetails can take it, but Blacktails has lost over half his hit points. Let's get over here and see what they're doing with Unique. Assassin is being whittled down here by Unique in the E5. Down goes Assassin, but Kikati should be able to come up behind him and put a nice roll into his rear, and he does. Unique has been tracked. Kikati is going to chase him down. But look at the points for Purple. Purple have got good points here. Kikati has got to get rid of Unique. Oh, he misses! That could be critical and crucial. Especially as... Oh, no. Oh, Blacktail's doing his job, taking down the TVP. However, Unique has got away. He's got the speed. Blacktails is looking to intercept. Unique here. Well, if he goes down too far, Whitetails is going to intercept him as well. Whitetails is very healthy. This is going to go to Joker unless something crazy happens. And Joker get it. But it was looking hit and miss for a short time there. Looked like Purple was probably going to turn it a little bit. But again, Joker digging deep and controlling the game nicely. Good stuff by both clans, however, Joker prevailing here. They have got 1 foot into today's final. Purple, however, on the strength of what we've just seen, they do have the ability to turn it back around and into their favour, taking it to a decider. So we're going to swap those spawn points here on Faust. Joker now on the south spawn, Purple on the north. Purple have read it up. We have Reen in an Leo 1, Darktronics in a Crown Dragon, KYS Warrior in an E5, Uncle in an IS4, Unique in an E5, Ray in an E5, and Expired in a Cran. Moving over to Joker, we have Assassin in an E5, Kikati in the IS4, Canadian Impact in the mouse, Weeptails in the IS4, Whitetails in the IS4, Yano in an E5, and Raindrop coming in a mouse. So double mouse, triple IS4, double E5. Again, Joker going for that heavy meta. Whereas Purple, they have got the Leo, this time doing the job that we just saw the TVP doing, which is rolling around the map. Hello, Lagundo. How you doing, my friend? We've just got less than half a minute to go. I'm going to sup some coffee. Yes, I am. And very nice it is too. Oh, seconds few as we go into the next game here on Faust for the semi-final. I'll prove your skill on number 3, final stage here on NA. Joker against Purple or Purple against Joker, whichever way you want to look at it. Looking at the hit points, wow, no surprise Joker are topping it because they've got double mouse. Yeah. Anyway, let's go high. Joker looking to do a similar strat to what we've just seen, basically push through the middle area again, round the sides. Rain in that Leo is going to go to the A-cap, and the rest of Purple are pushing through the middle as well. So this is going to be brawly. I like a good brawl, nothing like a good brawl. Unique getting smacked as he comes across. Ray is going up, and he's going to come across Yarrow. Yarrow's already dropping his reactive armor. Putting a great shot into the KYS Warrior there. Trying to get it into the back of his engine deck. Unique and KYS Warrior trying to get round, but here comes Canadian Impact, Whitetails, they're coming in as well. It is going to be a brawl. Uncle in the IS4, wow, he's going to be isolated. And Kikati and Weeptails, oh, good shot by Assassin as he goes through. Now Yardo and Assassin be able to push onto Ray. Uncle is not going to be lasting much longer, I don't think. Weeptails is there. Good shots coming in from Unique though, and the KYS Warrior getting round the back there. That's a good move, but Uncle is going to go down. Although Assassin is being bled. Uncle does go down. Assassin has been bled. Now, we've got poor old Expired in the Crown Wagon being bullied by 2 mouses. I mean, that's not a nice thing at all, is it? There's a mosquito flying around. So Expired will go down. Assassin has gone down. That was not surprising with the 2 D5s coming up behind him. Mouse is taking out. Kikati is trying to move around. Wibtails is probably going to go down here. There he goes, courtesy of the Leo. So both teams got 2 tanks down. But at the moment, Purple have the advantage. Ray here is managing to hold off both Yarrow and Whitetails. Whitetails is now being smacked by Darktronics, but Canadian Impact should be able to take Darktronics down. Down he goes. Unique is being harassed by Kikati and Raindrop. Unique is most likely going to go down here. Oh, that's Raindrop trying to stop KYS Warrior going round. He's not stopped him, and he gets a good shot into Kikati. However, now he's got Yarrow and Raindrop. Again, it's 2 against too many, despite the fact that they have got the cap advantage. Oh, Whitetails with a flying shot mid-air. And again, just green in, this time the Leo one, trying to hightail it out of there. He's not going to be able to do anything, unfortunately. Whilst they do have 2 caps, they don't have the points, and they certainly don't have the hit points, and they certainly don't have the tanks on the battlefield. So this one is going to go to Joker. Valiant effort by Purple, but Joker have just been on fire today. Canadian Impact taking the B cap just to rub salt into those wounds. Whitetails here may end... well, no. Yep. Rain has been spotted. Let's get down, see we can go with... we go with Whitetails. As Rain tries to circle him, but Raindrop managing to get a big roll into the poor little devil in the Leo, taking victory. So GG both teams, but congratulations Joker into today's final. Commiserations Purple, valiant effort guys, but Joker are on fire guys, they are literally on fire. Oof. So I think we've got about 20 minutes before the final. Don't know who Joker are facing yet. Let's see if we find out. Is it MM or is it... oh, I don't know. We haven't got a result yet. So it could be either. It's going to be Naval Frontier and Dynasty's Pearl. Let's have a quick overview of Naval Frontier. Always a great map. There it is, Naval Frontier. Do a flyover of Naval Frontier. Now, Joker have been very aggressive today, so I'm expecting pretty much more of the same. Depending on who they're... I mean, it's either going to be Rain or MM. So, from this cap, this spawn, sorry, generally what you get is... some clans like to send, obviously, a light or a medium there to spot. And... if you're in aggressive mood, you've got 2 ways to do this. Either you send your tanks, all you have is this way, push through the sea, and really try and get around the back of them. Or, and I have seen this, and in fact, it's a strat I have also been played myself when I was rolling out with, I think it was either Immoral or Vibes, pushing right through here, trailing with all your tanks, pushing 1 tank into the B cap, and then sending hull down tanks to this area to really put a lot of pressure on. Leaving 2 tanks there, and then sending the rest of the tanks round the back again to put the pressure on. Depends if you want to be ultra aggressive. If you're being passive aggressive, then again, chances are you get your IS-4s here, potentially a Cranwagon up here just to cover the IS-4s. Same from the other side. Send a 50B or something similar, stick it behind this rock so you can reset the A cap and then send some tanks around like E5s to take the A cap. From the other side, well, again, you can do the C cap strat with the IS-4s, hugging this wall, going around here with a Cranwagon or Vickers or something similar, just up high, because you can get good hull down here. Again, sending another tank into this bush, covering the B cap, and sending your other tanks around and getting up into that A cap. If you're in a mindful mood where you want to be really aggressive, then you send all your heavies down here, peel some off to the C, continue the rest, ignore B, continue them round, push round, and then we try and push in. But it depends what mood they are in, and you just never ever know. The other map was Dynasty's Pearl, I believe. So let's have a look at Dynasty's Pearl. Not my favourite map for public games, but quite a nice map when you do competitions and tournaments. I must admit, I do like it. So let's get up high to the back of the map. So what do you got here? Well, again, multiple strats. Sometimes you see teams dragging out their big lumbering super heavies, bringing them down. Now they've got two choices. They can either go traditional B route, or traditional B route or better B route. If they go this way, it means that they're going for a C strat with their other tanks, trying to take good positions all down here, overlooking that B, take the C cap, get their mouses and E100s into this area to prevent the B cap from being taken. Obviously the danger there is you don't know what the other side's going to do, and they will probably mirror that if they're doing the same strat. If, however, they're doing an A strat, then you will generally get your mouses coming up here, trying to get round this position. If there's a mouse on the other side, they can rotate back. Once they've worked out if they've taken the A cap, you will probably get the mouse pinned down here with the rest of the team trying to bunker down, haul down, overlooking the B cap around the monument. From the other side, if they've gone the A cap, then again, just generally get a mouse around here, sometimes as far back as this corner, and they will look at this flank here. Again, the rest of the team going through the A cap, again bunkering down, trying to make sure that the B cap is not taken. When they come to push, well, it's generally a double or triple push, sending your mouses through the middle area here to push, and then basically part here, along with either tanks pushing down from this flank or tanks pushing over from that flank. Again, you just never know what they're going to do. It's multiple strats. We will find out shortly what these clans are going to be looking at doing. Let's see if we have now got results. We have, it is Joker against Rain. That means third place will be MM against Purple. So, it's going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. Kicks off in just over 15 minutes. So, let me find some replays if I got any. I'm running out. Let's see if anybody's sent me any replays recently. Yes, I have. Let's have a look at these. These are from Treadhead Pete on the NA server. So let's give this a go. Yeah, out in the Y5 Firefly. It's a tank I haven't played for a long time.
Let's go.
Oh, almost 6:30 where I am. Late, man. Or early, whichever way you want to look at it. I haven't played the Wi-Fi for a long time. In fact, I haven't played myself for a long time, to be fair. The streams just take too much out of you, you know, that's just the way it goes. Oh, there's a nameless.
Handgun destroyed. We can't
Yes,
shoot.
I'm not too impressed with those tanks, to be fair.
Not going to shoot straight anymore.
Oof.
Them hard.
a side smack. Oh, I think the E25 is going to be bullied. What a great shot that was. Goodbye, E25. Stamping out the cockroach. You see, in public games, Castilla isn't as boring as it is in tournaments. Because you get a whole different... Oh, look. The Smasher has just killed himself. Why would the Smasher do that? That's bizarre. My god, the game is just filled with useless tanks. We got Nameless, the Tankenstein. Oh dearie me. I must admit the Tankenstein is a bit of a rubbish tank. It ain't the best. It looks mean, it looks juicy, it looks tough, but actually it's a paper tiger.
We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is damaged.
Which is ironic because it's a Tiger P chassis and the Tiger P is a fantastic tank. Got a lot of bounces on a Tiger P. Not so much a Tankenstein. It's a nice little game. It's one of these, the Lavaslier. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's Finnish, so no idea. I'd have to ask the Finnish guys. Yeah, I'm playing those now. Treadhead. Yeah. I'm going to play the next one because you sent me that one as well. No, you sent me the same one twice. See if I've got any more in the emails. I do not. So you're going to have to watch one of my replays instead. I'm not going to show the mastery again. I mean, I've already shown the bloody Jaeger roof too many bloody times. Even I get bored of it. So you can watch me in the SU instead. I do like the ISU 130. Nice little tank. I've noticed that, Treadhead. I do like this tank, to be honest with you. I do like the SU 130. It's a nice tank. That's the ISU 122, sorry, not the 130, the ISU 122. I do like the ISU 130 as well, so, you know, works both ways. Give me a break. It's 6:30 in the morning. I've been up since 4. I went to bed at 2. Yeah. It's not an ace, but I just like the gameplay. And the reason I like the gameplay is because you get to be a bully in this tank. It's a nice tank to be a bully in, really. Although I do muck this up with the AMX. Try to snapshot him and look at that. It's just going nowhere. I'm not going to bugger it up twice though. There you go. Got him that time. No, I'm not interested in the AMX. I'm going to go up the ramp. Put a bit of pressure on the middle area. There are 3 tanks down already, so... And they've got an Emil just sat out in the open, bless him. Okay, not interested in the Pncr. The Annihilator's got him. Hello, issue. How did that bounce? I don't know, but it did. Hello again, issue. That one didn't bounce though, did it? Let's try it. 3rd time's a charm. Oh yeah, yeah. High roll, 730. Issue calling it moves. You know, you're in an SU, mate. You just rushed. This poor Louver. Just getting harassed, man. I'm not setting the world on fire here, but I do enjoy it. 2.4k. It's only, I think it's a 2nd class. Nothing spectacular. There you go. But, an interesting game. I do like that tank. We've still got, how long have we got? 10 minutes, I think, isn't it? I think they go out on 38 minutes past, I'm not sure. 36, so can't show another replay now. Somebody sent me a message. So I'm streaming the boys because I am in Joker, but they, you know, so it's quite nice. I haven't streamed them, to be fair. Well, I streamed them once. They failed miserably. I can't show another replay because we'll be getting the room invite through anytime soon, so we just don't have enough time, guys. Unfortunately. I might as well open a container. A free one, not a paid one. It's daft to do a paid one. Ta-da! Excuse me while I yawn. Well, you can't see me, that's okay. Don't excuse me at all. Oi, oi, oi. Unsurprisingly, I will be going to bed after this game. T22, got lucky, managed to get T22 on my NA account. Don't ask me how, because I got it in one container. Yes, it dropped straight away. There we go, room is open. Let's jump in, let's ready up, and let's jump out. Because we've got over 5 minutes to go. Jump in at the 3-minute mark. No point hanging around. We've already done the flyovers, so we've seen all of that. Kind of anticipating what we may or may not see. Now you're just getting to see a T-22 in some, probably a Russian forest glade somewhere. Thankfully they got rid of the dog, which was so annoying. Unbelievably annoying. Hello, Mr. Big PP. What's for breakfast? At the moment, coffee. And lots of it. And they also got rid of the guys with the harmonica playing Katusha. But they replaced it with a crow, which is just as bad. And a very, very noisy column of tanks and trucks. Anyway, let's jump into the room. Here they come. Here comes Rain, and Joker's already here as well. So, I had the pleasure of having his Royal Fatness on my EU stream last night, and I did say I would see him in the NA stream later, and heaven forbid, there he is. So, Rain will go out on the North Spawn. They've read it up first. We have TJ in an IS-4, Fadu in an E5, Glory in a T57 Heavy, his Royal Fatness in a Vickers, Zaytu in a Kranwagen, Dragon Krieg in an IS-4, and Hated Fate in a Kranwagen. Moving over to Joker, they will go out on the South Spawn. We have Assassin in an E5, Blacktails in a Kranwagen, Kikati in an IS-4, Canadian Impact in a Vickers, R-Tails in a Kranwagen, Whitetails in the IS-4, and Yardo in an E5. Spectating wise, well, Fishy is there. Ta-da! Hi, Fishy. Webtails and Raindrop on this side. Wide Mooey and, of course, me. Hello, me. So we've still got over 2 minutes to go. Looking at the way the teams are readying up here with their meta selections, wow, it's an interesting one. You can see that his Royal Fatness is dropping into his trusty light tank, which is the Vickers. And then again, so is Canadian Impact. So the tanks are pretty much evenly squared off here, apart from Glory in that T57 Heavy. I'm expecting him to go on that rock that I pointed out when we did the flyover, but you just never know. Can't really tell or they could do any numerous amount of strats on this map with that lineup. I don't know if Joker are going to be ultra aggressive like we've seen them, although you know it's been working for them so far, so they may continue to be aggressive here. Rain, however, is a completely different opponent. They can be equally as aggressive coming back. So we just don't know what they're going to employ. We shall see. Less than a minute to go now before we start this final on Approve Skill number 3 on NA. For the final stage here on Naval Frontier, Rain against Joker or Joker against Rain, whichever way you want to look at it. It's going to be a good one. 2 really good clans. Let's not kid ourselves here. Rain are riding high in the table. Actually, no, they're not. They're 6th. Pramo were riding high in the table. That's all going to change at the end of play today. It looks like Joker will probably steal the top spot. Maybe. Depends how they do against Rain. Rain are down in 6th, so they've got some work to do if they want to get into the top 4. But like I said, it's not about getting into the top 4. It's about getting into the top 8 and getting yourselves into that Pro Series. So, here we go. The final round here on NA for Prove Your Skill number 3. Let's get up high into the back of the map. So already we've got Royal Fatness heading out towards the A cap this time, trying to get those spots with the majority of the team. Glory in the 57 Heavy going to the B cap area overlook, with the Crown Dragons going up and TJ in the IS-4 heading towards the C cap with support from the rest. Moving over the map, let's have a look at what Joker's doing. Well, Canadian Impact's already in his bush. Blacktails is just overlooking C. The rest of Joker, with the exception of R-Tails, they're looking to push through around the A cap. Royal Fatness has spotted Assassin in Yarrow, so Rain, TJ will drop into that C cap, and he does. Now Assassin putting shots across into trying to blind shoot there. Yara, his Royal Fatness dropping down here. Let's have a look at their view. They're probably looking to put some shots into that T-57 area, although he's no longer spotted. They know he's there. Now you've got Fadu and Zetooth rolling back round, coming down into support of Fatness. A-cap has been taken, but Rain do have the hit point advantage. Moving over, Whitetails is just going to stay up high at the moment. Kakati is just holding back. Dragon Krieg and the IS-4 is pushing into the bush. Canadian Impact is not going to be moving anywhere. TJ has been spotted. The only one not spotted or no one knows his whereabouts realistically is Hated Fate. He's up high there to support where necessary. Rain don't need to do anything here. His Royal Fatness is going to rotate out. Why he doesn't need to be there, he's a Vickers. So it's all about Joker, and what are they going to do? Yarrow is looking to move forward here into a more advanced position, trying to get those spots, but while staying in cover. Whitetails, and as I said, you've got the T-57 behind this rock. Here comes Yarrow around the rock, trying to get the spots. He's not going to get them. Glory is just outside of his view range. So both teams taking, well, Rain taking more of a defensive position at the moment than Joker. Whitetails is spotted. His Royal Fatness is now changed places with Hated Fate, which makes sense. Hated Fate is now going to change places with Glory, which again makes sense. TJ is going to support Hated Fate. Glory is now going to go and support Dragon Krieg, just in case anything comes down that route. Now, if you have a look at Joker here, they are kind of rotating back. Now, is that because they're going to try and push down this flank? I don't really know at the moment. Let's have a look how they're stacking up. Or are they just going to hightail it over the top? They don't have the lead. Whitetails drops down. He's going to try and take the B cap. Dragon Krieg will spring into action, but that's a great shot into Dragon Krieg. And Whitetails has now seen Hated Fate TJ. So that's given Joker quite a lot of information. Blacktail's getting harassed there by his Royal Fatness, who went up high. Canadian Impact also feeling a bit of a wrath. Now we have Assassin and Yarrow. They're going to push forward into Hated Fate, Fadu and Zetooth. So it's 3 against 2 at the moment. However, Artails and Kakati are now going to join this fray. Glory just at the back. Fadu drops down as well to help out. Fadu gets a big roll put into him as he tries to cross. Now we have 4 against 5 effectively, but Glory is on his long reload. Now it all comes down to, and we've got Whitetails and Blacktails also trying to flank around, but Dragon Krieg is there to try and prevent that. Now we've just got a bit of a brawl in this middle area. And down goes Hated Fate in the Crown Wagon. I think he was like triple tap there. Down goes Fadu. This is good stuff by Joker. They are getting some great shots in. Yarrow will probably go down to TJ here. Zetooth is trying to get out of the danger zone. But that's a great shot into the back of him. Assassin puts a good shot into TJ. TJ should be taking Yarrow down. There he goes. But Zetooth is now a one-shot. Kakati is looking to take him out. Whitetails goes down courtesy of his Royal Fatness. Zetooth, down he goes. TJ here, it's 3 against 4. Assassin giving TJ a hard time. TJ is doing his best to get out of there. Oh, that's a great shot into the rear deck of TJ by Kakati. Assassin finishing him off. Moving over the map here is Royal Fatness chasing down Canadian Impact. His Royal Fatness is very healthy. Canadian Impact not so much. But Canadian Impact will get a shot into the back of Royal Fatness, and he does. Glory is now being harassed. It's 2 against too many. This is going to go to Joker. Artails is going to give him a hard time. He's had to drop back though. Kakati is now coming in to help out. I'm very tempted to see what... Oh, let's have a look at this battle between Fatness and Canadian Impact. Royal Fatness may be able to get a shot into the Canadian Impact here. Down goes Glory. Canadian Impact is now one shot. He's turning around, but it's all over. Joker gets the cap points, leaving his Royal Fatness alive and kicking. Great, great stuff by Joker. I must admit, I thought Rain had that. I thought Rain had control of that, but Joker yet again turning it around. Their focus fire this evening has been particularly lovely. Don't know what happened to Fadu. I don't know if he was ammo racked. Doesn't really say. No, he got 9 hits, so he wasn't ammo racked. He just got absolutely mullered by a lot of people. Ated Fate was another one, but he took also 9 hits. So none of those are ammo racks. They just look that way because there's a lot of HP going very quickly. We're now going to swap those spawn points here on Naval Frontier. Rain on the south spawn, Joker on the north. Looking at Rain, well, we have TJ in an IS-4, Fadu in an E100, Glory in an E5, his Royal Fatness now in an IS-4, Z2 in a Clan Wagon, Dragon Cree in an IS-4, and Hated Fate in a Clan Wagon. So, Rain going the heavy route, complete heavy meta. Moving over to Joker, Assassin in an E5, Blacktails in a Clan Wagon, Kakati in an IS-4, Canadian Impact in a Vickers, R-Tails in an E5, Whitetails probably in an IS-4, Yarrow in an E5. So, Glory and Fadu doubling up on, Fadu getting into an E100 here. That can only mean one thing, and that is the B cap. So, I'm intrigued to see why they've gone all heavy meta. They obviously have a strap for this and a plan. We're going to find out in about just over 10 seconds. So far, I must admit, Joker have not disappointed. They've been on the top of their game today. Great focus fire, great map control, good aggression when needed, very nicely coordinated pushes, and they've also been able to plug the gaps and counter push when necessary. Hit points, wow, Rain have got just over 1,500 more, mainly because they've got that full heavy lineup with an E100. So let's go up high, possibly for the last time, possibly not, and see where they're all going. So Rain here looking to push through on the B and the A cap by looks on it, not even bothering with the C cap. Moving around to Joker, wow, Canadian Impact back to his little bush, but this time on the opposite side. With the rest of Joker looking to go round towards the A cap with just Yarrow and Assassin, and oh look, I told you, if they're going to do it, they can push right through this B cap area if they're going to be aggressive. And Rain are being super aggressive. The IS-4s have Dragon Krieg and TJ trying to get round, put that pressure onto Canadian Impact. Z2 Royal Fatness, Hated Fame, Glory facing off against Assassin, Yarrow and Whitetails. Whitetails is a little bit isolated here, and he's going to be tussling with his Royal Fatness, but his Royal Fatness losing a lot more hit points than Whitetails. TJ is going to come round the back. That's a great move by TJ. His Royal Fatness still getting smacked, but don't forget we have got Kakati and R-Tails here, so Royal Fatness is being whittled down into next to nothing. He's going to go down here. Whitetail should take him. Yes, he does. Now TJ could be the isolated tank. Whitetails are going to push on him. R-Tails, however, has now lost a shitload of hit points. Down he goes to Fadu, but Zaytooth here, he's being harassed by both Yarrow and Assassin. He's a one-shot now. Left him on like 0 hit points, but Assassin goes down. Zaytooth has not gone down yet, but now he goes. Kakati and Glory playing with each other in the corner. Ooh, said the Vicar. So 3 tanks down for Joker, 2 tanks down for... Oh, no, 3 tanks down now because Kakati... Sorry, not Kakati. Dragon Krieg going down. Now they're going to push onto Yarrow. Hated Fate, Glory and Fadu all pushing onto Yarrow. Poor old Yarrow here, isolated. Canadian Impact's coming around, trying to harass TJ along with Blacktails. Down goes Yarrow. It's now 3 on 3. Glory is very, very healthy. TJ's about to go down. Now it's 2 on 3. It's favouring Joker at the moment. They've got less hit points, but they've got more base points and they've got more guns on the battlefield. However, they've now got a very, very healthy E100 and very, very healthy E5 to deal with. Kakati, well, he can't really do much, to be honest with you. He can't really. Canadian Impact is probably going to now roll around the map, capping out. He's very healthy as well. Oh, he was very healthy until Fadu just put a massive roll into him. But Canadian Impact is probably going to look at trying to get the C cap, which is where he's high-tailing it to. And they're going to look to contain Fadu in Glory here, keep them up there, Blacktail's in a good position. Kakati's going to take the opposite position on the other side. If Fadu drops down, oh, that's a great shot in by Kakati. If Fadu drops down, oh no, Canadian Impact is not even bothering with the C-cap. He's just looking to try and get those shots in. They've decided to push on Kakati together. That's a very wise move. Kakati is isolated. The Crown Wagon will take some time, but Canadian Impact has seen the danger and he's going to come round. He's not interested in Fadu. Fadu's going back up. So Canadian Impact should be able to get some good shots into the back of Glory here. And he does. Nice roll into the back of him. Glory here is probably going to go down. Kakati should be able to get him on the reload as Glory tries to hightail it out of there. Blacktails is being harassed by Fadu, but he's been whittled down. Down goes Glory. Fadu's the last man standing. Canadian Impact probably going to take him out, and he does. Joker, take it. Great games. Really good games by both teams there. Again, it looked like Rain had control, and again, Joker turning it to their advantage. He focused his Royal Fatness very early in the game. I thought it was a great move by TJ. I thought it was a great initial move, actually, by Dragon Krieg and TJ pushing right through past the B-cap. I thought they were going to peel up and sort of chase down Blacktails and Canadian Impact. They didn't. What happened was GJ carried on round, tried to get around the back of them, and he got around the back of them very nicely. But as I said earlier, the reaction times of Joker today have been incredibly impressive, and they were able to turn that around and put pressure onto TJ. So it was fantastic to watch. So congratulations to Joker. They are the winners of PYS number 3. Commiserations to Rain. But Joker were just on fire tonight, guys. They didn't put a foot wrong at all. So let's have a look. Oh, there's no tournaments. I don't know who came third. Let's have a look. It was MM in purple going out in third place. And MM have sealed the deal there. So congratulations to MM. Commiserations to Purple. It's been a fantastic evening here. Well, morning for me, evening for you here on the NA server. We've seen some truly amazing games, but one thing we have seen is a very on fire Joker. And with that, I'm going to go because I'm shattered. Thanks for watching, guys. I'd like to say a big thank you to the mods. Well, there was only like one of them, but big thank you to Ice Cream Chilling when he was here for keeping the chat very friendly and a pleasant place to be for you lot. I've enjoyed doing PYS number 3 here on NA. I'm now going to go and find somewhere to collapse and sleep. Thanks, guys. It's been great. I really appreciate the fact you've come to watch. And with that, I am back later today with Asia's rescheduled PYS number 3 due to the conundrums that happened yesterday. And I hope to see some of you again shortly. Until the next time, all the best. Have a pleasant rest of whatever day you're in or whatever time zone you're in. Bye for now.